Hey everybody, Chad here again. In this video, we're going to talk about how to avoid police tickets in Thailand, and especially if you rented a motorbike. So a lot of my examples are going to be around a motorbike in this video. Police can give you many different types of tickets in Thailand, but I'm going to really focus in on a motorbike. I just did another video. You can tell I have on the same shirt. I'm kind of batch shooting today. But I just did a video on renting a motorbike in Thailand. More kind of not so much how to do it, but how to avoid certain things, especially with a passport. But anyway, once you rent a motorbike in Thailand, it's super easy. It's so easy. You just need your country's driver's license, and you can rent a motorbike. They don't test you. You don't have to drive it. You don't go and they make sure you know how to drive it. They give it to you. They'll rent it to you, even if you've never driven a motorbike before. Okay? So that being said, it is so easy. But how to avoid police tickets. But this is what you're gonna learn, and you might learn the hard way. Okay? Even if you go on a 1-week vacation, 2-week vacation, or your long stay. Now, if you're long stay, you know what I'm talking about. Or if you've been to Thailand before, you know what I'm talking about. Now, the first time I went to Thailand, I went through the Sandbox program. I stayed 1 year. And in the beginning, there wasn't a whole lot of police out and about. There wasn't a whole lot of police checks all over the place. Okay, it was kind of easy to drive around no matter what. You hardly got stopped. But once things started to go back to normal, when I was still in Thailand, I started seeing how normal Thailand is, especially if you're in tourist areas. I stayed in Patong, kind of stayed on the border of Kathu and Patong. I'll go to Katakaran and other places in Phuket town and stuff like that. But when things started going back to normal, for one, you start seeing a lot more tourists, a lot more travelers. And what comes with that when Thailand started coming back to normal is the police is out and about. There's a lot more police checks. So if you've never been to Thailand, this is going to help you out. And, it's normal right now. Thailand's kind of really going back to normal. So, if you go to Patong, go to Pattaya, any touristy areas, there's going to be a lot of police checks and they pull you over. Well, I mean, if you look like a farang, and a farang is Thai for a foreigner, they're going to pull you over. And they're going to, the first thing they're checking for, they're going to check to see if you're wearing a helmet. Of course, that's obvious when you're driving by. If you're not wearing a helmet, right now, sometimes, most of the time they try to give a 500 baht ticket. Sometimes it's a 1,000 baht ticket, depending upon the Thai police. Okay, so if you're not wearing a helmet, they're going to nab you for that. And the second thing they're going to check for is they're going to check for your license. Now, remember in the last video, I talked about, it's so easy to rent a motorbike. All you need is your country's driver's license and they're renting the bike to you. They do. But in Thailand, it's technically not legal. So if you get pulled over, they're going to check for your helmet, which is obvious. That's a 500 baht ticket, sometimes a 1,000 baht ticket. Then, right now, 1,000 baht is pretty much about 30 bucks. So, a 500 baht is about 15 bucks USD. So that's about the price of a ticket. It's cheap, but, if you're getting a ticket every single day, that adds up. And if you're on vacation, you have a budget for your vacation, you want to go out and party, drink, or spend it on your family or whatever. You don't want to spend it in tickets, okay? And it adds up and adds up quick. But you can get one every single day if you're out and about. So you're not going to show them an old ticket, and I'll talk about that if I don't forget. You're not going to show them an old ticket like you do in the States, and they're not going to give you a ticket. Okay. So they're going, then when they check, then if you have your passport with you, you might show them your passport. Okay. But they're going to want to see your driver's license. You're going to hand them your driver's license, your country's driver's license. Well, that's what you needed to rent your motorbike. Then they're looking at it like, no. And they show you, I don't have it with me, but they show you it's a Thai international license that you have to have. Okay. And they show you what it looks like and stuff like that. And they say, no, you need this. So then you don't have the proper international license, Thai license, they give you a 1,000 baht ticket. So lots of times, maybe 500 baht for the 500 baht for the not wearing a helmet, and another 500 baht for not having the proper license. So you have a 1,000 baht ticket right there, and you'll get a ticket every single day. Now this is where it kind of gets crazy, because remember, all I needed was my license. All I needed was my country's license. Okay, I lived in California. All I needed was my California license, and I rented a bike. Okay. And I didn't even rent the bike. I got pulled over on the bike that I bought. So I owned the bike, okay, because I didn't rent, I owned. And they wanted to give me a ticket, and I showed them my California license. And I told them, like, dude, the hotel, the resort told me that's all I needed. When I bought the bike from Honda, they told me that's all I needed. So, I'm sitting there debating with them, arguing with them. And then they weren't really hearing it, because they were like showing me, this is what you need, this is what you need. Now in that scenario, luckily, I was with my Thai girlfriend, then she was speaking Thai to him, and she told me, well, he's new here, whatever, we'll go get a Thai license. So that basically kept me out of getting that one ticket. But they wanted to give me a ticket. And you see, every time you drive around, you see them have a farang pulled over all the time, and that farang's arguing with them. Because I know what they're arguing. They're arguing over a Thai license, an international license, but you don't have it. Now, I will in another video kind of go through how to get a Thai license. The only thing is, it's hard. I mean, Thailand knows this. Because it's different if you're a long stay. It's easy to do. You don't mind doing it. But when you only go to Thailand for 1 week or maybe 2 weeks, you don't want to spend a whole day, I'm telling you, a whole day to go get an international license. You don't want to give up a whole day of your vacation to go get a Thai license. And it takes a whole day, trust me, because of the little loopholes you have to jump through. So it takes a whole day. So a lot of people don't want to do that. Most of the time, a lot of people don't even know they need an international license or a Thai license. So that being said, that's what expected. So if you don't get you don't want to get it, you don't have time to get it, you don't want to lose a whole day off your vacation to go get a Thai license, then kind of expect that if you do get pulled over, you're going to get a ticket. Okay. And this is how they do. Now we have all these tricks. Okay. We say, well, we don't have no money. I don't have no money on me. you know what I mean? I don't have cash on me, because how police work there is they want cash. They don't write you a ticket and you take it up and you pay like it does in the States or Europe or whatever, or they mail you a ticket. No, baby. No, baby. So what they do is yes, they write you a ticket. But if you sit there and say, they'll take cash right in hand, or I want 1,000 baht, okay, then if you sit there and say, I have no money, then they actually drive you to an ATM so you can withdraw 1,000 baht and give them 1,000 baht. That literally, I've seen it. It's never happened to me, but I've seen it over and over and over, where Thai police is following a foreigner, a farang, to an ATM, and so they can withdraw money and pay. Now at checkpoints, some checkpoints, they're really smart. Some checkpoints, they actually have an ATM right at a checkpoint. So when you have a police checkpoint, they have checkpoints all over the place. So that police checkpoints, a lot of checkpoints have an ATM or a little station in there where they take money, and they have an ATM in there just in case. They know, they're smart. They know you don't go in there and be like, oh, I had no cash on me, I'm just driving around. They know. So the ATM's right there. There's someone right there to take cash. If you don't have cash, you take out an ATM. If you say, oh, it's in my hotel, they'll follow you to your hotel so you can get cash. Because they know, they're smart. They know if you drive away, you're not going to come back. If you drive away, they're not going to get their money. Okay. Now another thing they do, you have to watch for this, really tricky, because we do it just subconsciously. They say, oh, let me see. If you sit there and say, oh, I don't have my Thai license on me, let me see your driver's license. And, you show them your country's driver's license. So, out of habit, you hand it, okay? Or they say, let me see, if you don't have your driver's license, let me see your passport. You have your passport with you? And you're like, oh, yeah. Now here's my passport. Okay, so they're looking at it. Now they're either looking at your passport or your country's license, whatever you gave them. Okay, they look at it. They can't read it, but they can't read English or, you know, French or whatever country you're coming from. So they're looking at it. They'll take it like they put it on their armpit. They pull out an example of a proper Thai international license. They show you, okay, that this is what you need. Okay, do you have it? You say no. Because you're arguing with them. You only need your passport, or you only need your country's license. So they say no. This 1,000 baht, 1,000 baht, 1,000 baht, 1,000 baht ticket. So you say I don't have money. Okay, and they said no. We follow you to go to the ATM. You said well I don't have my card. I have, you know, just give me a ticket. They don't want to write you a ticket. They know you're not going to come back. Remember, they have your passport. Okay. They stuck it underneath their arm or they're holding it in their hand. And they'll write you a ticket, hand it to you. Now, this is what they do. If they do write you a ticket, they hand it to you. They say, go to a police station, pay, bring the receipt back, and I will return your passport to you. Ha ha. Ha ha. So no matter if they have your passport or your country's driver license, either or, whatever you handed them for them to look at, they've kept it. Okay, they never gave it back to you. When they're standing there talking to you, it's in their hand. Then when they reach for something, they put it on your armpit. Then they reach for an example. If they want to show you an example of what you properly should have, but they're keeping it. Okay, they're not going to give it back to you. Okay, because if you're already using the excuse, I have no money, then they'll be fine with that. Then if they don't have time to drive with you, they're going to write you a ticket. Go to Patong police station, wherever you're staying. You pay it. Once you pay it, and it's pretty quick. Once you pay it, you come back. Or they have a station right there. Once you pay and you come out, okay, at a checkpoint, they have a little station there at most checkpoints. You go in, you pay, you come out with a receipt that you paid. You go back to the Thai police that pulled you over, and then they'll give you back your passport. So that's how it works. So you have to kind of be careful a little bit. Sometimes I got leery of handing my license, my country's license, my California license, or my passport. Lots of times, I'll hold it and it's just for them to look at it. But lots of times you just do it subconsciously. You're not thinking at the time. You just reach over, they just grab it from you and start looking at it, but they don't hand it back to you. They keep it in their hand while they're talking to you. Then when they show you something, they go like this. Okay, but it's all about forcing you to pay. But they know once you drive away, you're not going to pay. So that's the biggest things with motorbikes. Okay, the two things is a helmet and having the proper international license. If you don't have the international license, they're just going to give you a ticket, maybe 500 baht or 1,000 baht. That's up to you to decide how long you're going to be there. Of course, you can take taxis. So, taxis are a little bit pricey, a little bit more pricier than you think. If you took a motorbike taxi all over the place, it is a little bit pricey. That's what kind of leads people to rent a motorbike in the first place. But they start thinking, oh, this is going to add up quick if I take a taxi all over, a motorbike taxi. It's not as cheap as I thought. So then they end up renting. Then when they rent, they end up getting pulled over at these checkpoints. And a lot of times you can't avoid the checkpoints. Once they see you, you're on the one way, you can't turn around. If you turn around, they'll follow you, okay? They'll see you from far away. You turn around, go the other way, they have motorcycles too. They'll jump on their bike and come pull you over. Because at that point, they think that you have drugs on you, okay? So they're gonna come after you because they think you have drugs on your motorbike. So now, another thing, I might save this for another video, because it's getting long-winded, but I feel like bringing it up. Now, another thing that I didn't know, okay, especially when I owned my own motorbike, when you stop at these checkpoints, of course, they're checking for helmet and your license, proper license, but then the third thing is they're checking for drugs. So they will ask you to get off your bike. Sometimes they'll pat you down. They will search your bike. So it's totally legal there. You can't, there is no U.S. laws there. There is no like, oh, I'm a foreigner, I'm from the U.S. You can't do that. No, you're in Thailand. So they will search your bike. So make sure, not saying you would do this, but make sure you have nothing on you. You're carrying nothing as far as any type of drugs or anything illegal. Make sure it's not in your bike. Okay, but they will search your bike. So if you think that they're not going to search your bike, they will. So they'll pick it up, look through it. They know all the secret little spots where people hide stuff. Okay, so they're pretty experienced there. So they will search, and you don't want them to find anything. Trust me. So that's a whole nother video, of course. But I'm just letting you know, they will search your bike. You're in another country, they're going to do what they're going to do. They'll ask you to get off, they'll pat you down, and make sure you're not carrying, especially if you have a jacket on, whatever. They think you're kind of carrying anything, trying to, buy drugs and get back to your resort or anything like that. They will pat you down, make sure you're not carrying nothing, and they will search your bike. And they do that almost at every single check stop. That's what they do. They're looking to give tickets. They're looking for drugs. That's basically what they're doing. Now, another thing before we wrap this up, helmets. It's very common sense to wear a helmet on the motorbike. But one of the things you'll see when you go to Thailand, which is a little bit comical, most Thai don't wear a helmet. But as a farang, okay, as a foreigner, you have to wear a helmet. Okay, so lots of times you'll see people. You see international girls on motorbikes driving around with no helmet, and then maybe you stop beside them and tap on your helmet and say, "Hey, you have to wear a helmet. You're going to get a ticket." The first thing out of her mouth is, "Well, all these Thais driving around with no helmet, so I can do it." This isn't the United States. This isn't Europe. This isn't where, well, if they do it, I can do it. No, it doesn't work like that in Thailand. Thai do it, but you're not a Thai local. Okay, they know you're not a Thai local. They think you got money. So any reason to give you a ticket, they're going to give you a ticket. The helmet is the helmet is the first, because they see you far away and they just nab you 500 baht. They tell you, no, well, helmet, but they give you a ticket. You pay it. Okay, then remember my other example. They're not giving you a ticket. I say a ticket, and you walk away with a ticket. No, you paid. Okay, they made sure you pay. Okay, so you got a ticket and you paid it, and you start learning that, I gotta wear a helmet. Just because Thai locals don't wear a helmet, or most Thai locals don't wear a helmet, then you're just gonna pay tickets. You're not a Thai local, bottom line. And they think a farang, you got money. Now another thing is, if you're a guy, okay, especially if you're a guy, you're single, you're there by yourself, maybe you were a Thai lady, Thai girlfriend or whatnot, and they might be driving the motorbike for you. Okay, now this will happen also. If they're driving a motorbike for you, but you're thinking, okay, I got a Thai girl, they drive me around, show me around, stuff like that, and she's not wearing a helmet. Then if you're a passenger on a motorbike, you don't have to wear a helmet. You should, as safety, just in case you crash or lay the bike down or something like that. But if you're a passenger on a bike, legally in Thailand, you don't have to wear a helmet. Only if you're driving, you have to wear a helmet. So I've had this happen to me, that they will, most of the time, if a Thai person is by themselves driving the bike, they never get pulled over. Hardly ever get pulled over. But, if a Thai girl's driving a bike and they have a farang on the back, okay, they'll get pulled over, because the Thai police think that the farang will pay the ticket. So if the Thai girl don't have a helmet on, she'll get pulled over, then it won't be Thai price. They'll charge you farang, and then they're look at her and say, you need to wear a helmet, 500 baht, or you need to wear a helmet, it's 1,000 baht. Then the girl will look at you and be like, I need money, 1,000 baht. You know what I mean? She wants you to pay her ticket, okay, even though she knows she should be wearing a helmet. Okay, and the reason why they do, it's kind of like I don't want to say it's a scam, like the girl and the police are into it together, but the girls know that they're going to get pulled over if they have a farang on the back of their bike. So if they're not wearing a helmet, they're going to get pulled over, and you're going to pay. Okay, you're going to pay farang price. Usually Thai price, I'll tell you right now, Thai price for a ticket, a helmet, is usually like 200 baht, 150 baht, 200 baht. But as a farang, it's 500 baht or it's 1,000 baht. So you can kind of see the price difference. And I'll get that, that's actually happened to me, but I was with my Thai girlfriend, so she's talking to police in Thai, and she's basically debating with him. That's not Thai price. That's not Thai price. That's farang price. That's not 1,000 baht. It's 200 baht. So she'll actually talk him down to 200 baht. Then you just pay 200 baht. If you're with somebody good and they're not trying to rip you off, that's what they're due for you. If you're just with just any girl, whatever, she's just gonna look at you and say 1,000 baht. Then you have to pay 1,000 baht. You don't have to pay 1,000 baht to the police. If you can just get off the bike and walk back to your resort, if that's what you want to do. But that's what they're going to try to get you to do, is pay for their ticket. Now, another thing is, not all Thai have a Thai license. So even in Bangkok, not all Thai have a Thai license. The reason why they don't have a Thai license is because they never get pulled over. Okay, usually Thai police, really, especially in tourist areas, they really focus on farang. So most Thai don't get pulled over by the police. So a lot of them don't even have a Thai license. But again, with my scenario, remember, you have a Thai girl driving the motorbike for you. You're on the back. She has a helmet on. You get pulled over. The reason why they pull her over, because they see a farang on the back. So that's why she gets pulled over, because she has you on the back. But they see that you're not a Thai, of course, so they pull her over. When they pull her over, she don't have a Thai license, okay? Again, it's the same scenario. She don't have a Thai license, at the 1,000 baht, 500 or 1,000 baht ticket, when it should be like 200 baht. So she knows this, so she looks at you and say, 1,000 baht, I need to pay the police, okay? When she don't even have a license for begin with. She knows she's gonna get pulled over. So, so that's another thing to kind of look out for. I might do this on a separate video as well, when I start talking about, Thai women. Okay, because this is kind of getting long-winded. It's hard to sit here and listen to a 30-minute video, a 20-minute video, unless you're really, really super interested in what's going on in Thailand and, the do's and don'ts and the hows and stuff like that. So that's another thing to really look out for. Like, if, because you might do kind of a hybrid thing. You might rent a bike, then if you're gonna go out and drink, you definitely don't want to there's checkpoints, especially at nighttime, there's checkpoints all over. You definitely don't want to get pulled over on your motorbike, drinking, okay? That's because it will be the same thing. It's like drinking and driving. The cops want you to pay them off. So they're going to drive you to an ATM, and they're going to want 10,000 baht, 20,000 baht, 30,000 baht for you to pay them off. 30,000 baht is like $1,000, okay, in USD. So it's a pretty hefty fine. They're going to want you to pay them off before they take you to a Thai police station, okay, to kind of avoid all that stuff for drinking and driving. So at nighttime, you're going to think, well, I'm going to go out and party and drink, go to the bars. So I'm just going to take a taxi, I'm going to take a motorbike taxi there, or, a different type of taxi, or maybe you're in a group. So you get in a car or whatnot, how you get there, you're taking a taxi. So, it's the same. Now, if you get in a car taxi, you pretty much don't have to worry about anything. It's really just for the motorbike. If you get into the jeepneys where it holds a whole bunch of people, you get in a car taxis, you really don't have to worry. It's really just for the motorbike taxis, or not so much the motorbike taxis that you're kind of get scammed. It's usually if a Thai woman is driving, if it kind of looks like, your Thai girlfriend, or you're doing short time, long time type of thing, then you might get pulled. Then they pull over the Thai girl, then they want to give the Thai girl a ticket, farang price, then you have to pay. So those are the kind of little things to kind of look out for. Other than that, that's pretty much it. But the biggest thing is the helmet and your country's license. You wear the helmet, but you don't get nailed for, if you don't have an international license or a Thai license, you're gonna get nailed for that every single time. So you might avoid that by taking taxis sometimes. At nighttime, you don't want to get caught drinking and driving. Okay, you want to take a taxi home. Don't risk it, because once you're familiar with the area, you know where all the checkpoints are, and they can change it up. But then also, it's just too hard. I mean, they got, just how the roads are. Sometimes they're one-way roads, just like in Patong, you go to Bangalore Road, the most popular walking street, and there's only two directions to get to it. You got a one-way road this way, then it circles around to the beach, and one way this way. So they got checkpoints at both. So you can't. It's pretty hard to get past these checkpoints if you parked your bike within these checkpoints. Now, sometimes you can do kind of sneaky stuff and park your bike a little bit farther down. Then you walk up, you do a little bit of walking, but you park far down enough where depending upon where you live or where you stay, you might be able to avoid checkpoints a little bit. But that's on your own. That's your own risk at that point. I'm not giving you advice on that. I'm not saying I didn't do it. but just use common sense with that. And, I'm just trying to help you out, the experience I've had there, living there a year, and kind of what I saw and saw from other tourists and farang there myself. Because, of course, if you go there by yourself, the cool thing is when you go by yourself, you talk to a lot of people. You want to learn as much as possible. And people ask you questions and stuff like that once they kind of know you kind of been around or you stayed there a little bit longer. So they want to know too. But anyway, that, my friends, I'm going to wrap this baby up. It's like 25 minutes. And I'll see you in the next video.